folks in mobile homes in through here. So if you live in a manufactured home, mobile home, a trailer, you need to go to a community shelter, and if you don't have one, just some type of business that's open, a gas station that's open out here on the interstate, some place that would offer shelter. So again, no cars, no mobile homes in this polygon, and this is why we say respect the polygon, because there's danger here. That's the reason we define this. And again, you can see debris that's clearly being lofted right here. Now, one of the ways you can help us, you can be a part of the warning process. You can be a hero if you know anybody that's down in through here. That's in this polygon in southern Chilton County. What you can do for us is call them or text them to let them know that they're in a tornado warning. A lot of people are busy. It's 10:53 on a weeknight. A lot of folks don't have a weather radio and they don't know. You can help us by calling friends or maybe loved ones or family members that are down in through here. And again, you can see the flashing purple now, which is a sign that this is a confirmed tornado based on radar. The debris signature here. Now, for US 82 and points west, no problems here. This does not include you. US 82 is right over here. The next concern in terms of travel, it's going to be I-65, which is here. US 31, which is right here. The town of Verbena is here. You're in the polygon as well. Marbury, which is in extreme northern Autauga County. You're in the polygon. This does not include Pine Level. It does include Marbury. And again, if this happens to maintain its identity, that will cross over Lake Mitchell and come over into Coosa County. So if you're in a place like Rockford, just something to watch right now. So again, at 10:54, we are on the air because of a tornado warning that's in effect for the southern part of Chilton County. Again, downtown Clanton is here. This is the Peach Park exit right here. Peach Park sits right here. And this possible tornado is going to be crossing I-65 and US 31. Near or just below that Alabama Emergency Management Operations Center, which is right here at my fist. And we'll see if that maintains its identity. It'll cross over the Coosa over into Coosa County. Let's go back to the reflectivity, Riley. We'll look at a couple of things here. And again, you can see just a big mass of rain. Let's go to storm relative velocity. And you'll see the rotation signature right here. And the velocity couplet continues to tighten up. And again, it's right there. Pretty much tight as it ticks behind, and that's a fairly decent tornado signature here. Let's go back to correlation coefficient, and again you could see the lowered CC right there. And again, what the radar is telling us is the fact that in that spot, that's not rain, it's not hail, it's something else. It is not a hydrometeor, and that would be debris that's coming up from the ground, in this case being lofted probably 8, 9, 10,000 feet, and mostly this would be tree limbs, parts of trees. And of course, we never know the size of a tornado based on a radar signature here. You just don't do that. You determine the EF scale rating of a tornado by assessing the damage it produced. And obviously, we don't know that right now. But again, most likely, these are the smaller, short-lived tornadoes, and these can be a challenge because they get down and they're gone in 5 or 10 minutes. And again, this one was down and it went away, and now it's back as the storm is recycled again. But again, you can clearly see the tornado right here, very well-defined tornado that's located about 8 miles southwest of downtown Clanton. Again, we stress this will not affect downtown Clanton. It could be close to some of you with the Clanton mailing address, the southern part of the city of Clanton, which is right down in through here. And again, from there, it's going to cross over the Coosa into Coosa County if it holds together. Best possible case is the fact that it doesn't hold together. We're hoping we can say it's going to be gone here in the next couple of volume scans, which is probably going to be the case. So again, the object of the game here is to, in a site-built home, you want to be in a small room, a hall, closet, bathroom. You want to be away from windows, near the center of the house. And again, the helmet thing is kind of a big deal. I will tell you, I've volunteered in healthcare for a long time. I know a lot of ER docs, a lot, and they'll tell you that most of the serious injuries from tornadoes are head wounds. And by putting on just a cheap bicycle helmet, that really enhances your chance of surviving or not having a serious injury. So the helmet thing is a big deal. And we also like people in those safe places to have a little portable air horn that you stick in your back pocket. If by chance you take a direct hit, and first responders can't even recognize the neighborhood, and you're injured and you can't vocalize your need for help, you can squeeze the air horn and they'll find you. Sometimes people are lofted, which is a horrible situation, but again, that will let first responders find you. And the other thing we like, it's hard-soled shoes. if you have to walk over a tornado debris field, and if you're like, listen, I'm from Butler County, we go home, we take our shoes off and our socks off. If you have to walk over a tornado debris field, that will shred your feet. By putting on hard-soled shoes, that will prevent foot injuries and things like that. So, again, we've got, Dennis, I don't know, can we get Stephen Quinn shot in Maplesville by any chance? Thank you. All right, this is Stephen Quinn and Bill Castle. They are out in this, and again, they are in Chilton County, and they are on US 82, and I'm sorry, they're in Maplesville on Alabama 22. And they are hoping to kind of be in a position to see if we've had any damage from this. So again, we'll be watching their feed. And the one thing we've learned through social science studies is the fact that we are not able, that we should be able to show tornado video, and people do that, they respond better. And that's why we try and do that. So, Stephen, if you can hear us, tell us what you got out there.
Hey, James, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but we are currently headed eastward on Highway 22 here. We just arrived in Maplesville, trying to make our way southward along 82, where that storm had cycled the first time. And then as we were making our way down there, of course, it was canceled and recycled again. So we're making our way in the general direction towards I-65, cutting across this portion of Chilton County. A lot of thunder and a lot of lightning, as you can see in the sky. But so far, nothing in terms of reports of damage. We're trying to monitor social media as well. You see this one truck out here. It's been pretty quiet on these back roads. Most people are home, underscoring, as you said, the need for those weather radios, because it's pretty quiet out here right now. But we're going to try to cut down and then either go to 65 or down towards Fairview in that area to see if there may be some of the debris. I know you had mentioned that we had seen some lofting on some of those correlation scans. So that's what we're keeping an eye out for right now, and hopefully we can find something if there is something, and obviously hopefully there's no damage whatsoever. That'd be the best news, James.
All right, Stephen, thank you. We'll check back with you in a second. And again, we are watching a tornado which is located right here. This is the community of Enterprise. That's the Enterprise in Chilton County, not the one down in Coffee County. And this tornado will be crossing Interstate 65 probably in less than 5 minutes. So again, it's a fairly urgent call. If you know anybody that's driving along Interstate 65, call them, text them, or call them, not text them, and let them know that they don't need to be on Interstate 65 or US 31, either one. They just need to stop up here in one of the two northern Clanton exits. Or if they're coming up from Montgomery, stop at Pine Level. Just stop there and wait. This will be east of I-65. We can give an all clear for I-65 here in probably a matter of 10 minutes. It's not going to be that long, but the worst possible place to be is a car. And again, those are two pretty important highways here, Interstate 65 and US 31. So again, there's your debris signature, which is located right here, which is very clear. And again, that's most likely crossed a little east of Highway 37. Highway 37 runs from Sunshine Farms down to Billingsley, and most likely that's a little to the east of the community of Fairview. And again, not the Fairview in Cullman County. This is the Fairview in Chilton County, and that'll keep on coming out in the far, far southern part of the city of Clanton. Again, downtown Clanton, not in the polygon. You see the flashing purple here. And by the way, whenever you see the purple flashing polygon, that means this is a confirmed tornado. The red flashing polygon, it's a radar indicated tornado. And this is confirmed by nature of this amazing radar product. I'll be honest with you, when the dual polarization products came along, we did not know this product would be that good, but it is. And again, this is showing debris that's being lofted. We know the tornado is down. It's only about 4 miles west of Interstate 65, and it will be crossing Interstate 65 pretty close to this Peach Park exit right here.
That might be going over to Walmart within the next couple of minutes. Walmart, Chilton County High School's in the warning, the Peachy Clean Car Wash.
The high school's right there. So
that's going to be a very close call for the high school. Walmart might be very, very close. Peach Park, Durbin Farms.
The Walmart's close at 11 now,
yeah.
So hopefully folks have gotten out of there. They all close at 11 o'clock. So again, yeah, this is your hometown down here, Riley.
Yeah, fortunately my house is not in the warning. I live a little closer to downtown Clanton, but I'd say the Peachy Clean Car Wash, Walmart, hopefully the workers are in their safe place right now if they can hear us. The UPS store, as well as, and you're going to have to excuse the way I'm dressed. I've been out in the field all day. But Walmart, Peachy Clean Car Wash, Popeyes, the Mexican restaurant right by Popeyes, as well on 7th Street. I mean, you're in the tornado warning right now. Chilton County High School is also in the polygon. If you're near the Regions Bank, the police station, the auto zone on 7th Street North, a little closer to downtown, you're not in the warning. However, Walmart, Peachy Clean Car Wash, Mexican restaurant by Popeyes, the golf course, the 9-hole golf course out there, you are also in the warning as well. And James, I texted in our Slack group to Justin Gentry, who's based out of Chilton County as well. So I'm trying to see if Justin has eyes or ears on anything.
Yeah, let me just say, too, that our public report that this tornado came right over Plantersville. Plantersville is in far northern Dallas County, County Road 26. And again, this report says the tornado came right over us. Thank you for the warning. And that was earlier when the tornado was in Plantersville. This thing's right on, it's literally right now at the Peach Park exit. Walmart, Peach Park, Whataburger. This is not a good situation. This is a tornado that is confirmed. I mean, we know it's there. And again, let's go in a little tighter, Riley, if we can. Let's just kind of zoom in a little tighter. Keep on going, keep on going. Now, there you go. So again, this is the actual interchange right here. The tornado may be passing a little north of people, but you're right, that thing's right at that Walmart.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good.
And that's a very popular Walmart in Chilton County as well. A lot of people go there. A lot of people stop there going to or from the beach. You also have the Waffle House right there just on the eastern side of I-65 with the Whataburger, with Peach Park as well. The Scottish Inn is right beside the Shell gas station and the Exxon gas station by McDonald's as well. McDonald's sits just across from Bradbury Lane. So McDonald's, Walmart's just about right here. You're in the tornado warning polygon. The Waffle House sits right beside McDonald's as well. You know, a lot of people going to Waffle House at night coming to or from the beach. So this is likely going to be on top of Walmart right now. Eventually going to be on the Peachy Clean Car Wash in front of Walmart, but then it'll be hitting Durbin Farms, which is on the western side of I-65, and Peach Park on the eastern side of I-65. So anywhere around Peach Park, you need to be in your safe place right now, as we do have this radar confirmed tornado lifting debris up in the air, James.
Right. So what's happened, the rotation has weakened a little bit, but the TDS is still visible. Let's look at the velocity really quick, Riley. In fact, the tornado is now east of I-65, I'll tell you that. And again, you can see that we've still got the circulation right here. It is not as tight as it was about 2 or 3 minutes ago, which is a good thing. But again, the TDS is still visible. And let's go back to our debris tracker, and you can see if it's still down, the tornado is now east of I-65. And again, this is US 31 right here, and Peach Park sits right here, and that's your debris signature on radar. And we hope it goes away in the next couple of volume scans. With the fact that the velocity has decreased a little bit, maybe the TDS will go away. Sometimes we see a TDS for several volume scans after it's lifted because the debris has been lofted so high. But again, let's expand it out and kind of talk about what's next. Let's show Rockford and Coosa County here just to give you an idea of where we are here. So again, that's your tornado, and it's moving in this direction. And again, Rockford is here. That's the largest town in Coosa County. This is US Highway 231. This is Alabama Highway 22. Most likely this will stay north of Alabama Highway 22 if it makes it across the lake and goes into Coosa County. So again, just wanted to give folks a heads up. There's no formal warning at this point for Coosa County, but if the signature continues like that, there's certainly a chance that might be the case. So just Coosa County, watch this thing carefully. So we have one warning in the whole state, one warning, and this is it. I know a lot of you have thunder and lightning, and you've got thunderstorms in progress, but they're not severe. The only severe storm is this one. So let's kind of zoom back in. We'll center this back on Chilton County on the tornado warning polygon, and this is a confirmed tornado based on radar. And, one thing about this is coming over a very densely populated area, and if we've got some specific structural damage, we'll all know very quickly as we watch the Skywatcher chat and the Weather Service chat and the social media channels here. But again, the good news, it's just a lot broader than it was about 10 minutes ago. And we've seen this cycle. We've seen it tighten up. We've seen it broaden up. We've seen it tighten up. It's a cyclic type storm. But again, let's go back to our debris tracker. I think that still tells the story. Again, This is where debris is still being lofted right now. And things are quiet, Riley, on the social side. I've not seen a lot so far.
Yeah, just got a message in the Skywatchers from Justin Gentry down in Chilton County. Trees down in Verbena earlier, but he hasn't heard anything out of Chilton County just yet. That also might be scooting just by the Alabama Emergency Management Agency, which is located in Chilton County, not really, almost maybe a mile from Peach Park. And also about 5 minutes ago as well, Stephen Quinn said he's about 15 minutes from the Peach Park exit. So we will definitely know within the next 15 to 20 minutes if we have damage with this particular storm, because Stephen is going to be right there. But, we have Peach Park. It's just over Peach Park now. I'd say the Alabama Emergency Management Agency, and anywhere around there. It's usually fairly rural out there. A lot of trees once you get to the eastern side of I-65. I was actually just in Rockford earlier this evening trying to intercept some thunderstorms as well. Very, very rural, especially once you get to Lake Mitchell and the Coosa River. Until you get into Clanton near Peach Park, it is very rural. I mean, a lot of trees could start flying around as well. So remember, protect your head, helmets, pillows, blankets, get in your safe place. First floor, it's all right. Center of the home, but I would say probably Walmart sustained damage, or just about right here. Durbin Farms, the Burger King, Milo's, Zaxby's, Jack's, Starbucks, that whole area right off I-65. The Circle K gas station, the Chevron gas station, they probably have some damage, at least according to what we're seeing from that drop in correlation. That could mean debris is being lofted in the area. Best case scenario, it's just trees, some tree branches, tree limbs. That's the best case scenario. That's what we're hoping for. We weren't expecting the chance for significant tornadoes with this particular event. However, we just had this quick spin up that's still somehow able to keep itself together. It's actually still producing a drop in correlation as it approaches Lake Mitchell right now. So Kelly's Crossroads, I would say get in your safe place right now. There's no active warnings for Coosa County just yet, but from the look of this particular debris signature, we might get an extension of this warning.
And by the way, we got reports from the Chilton County EMA of no damage other than trees down, no structural damage.
Awesome.
So we hope that continues to be the case. And again, that came from Brian and the folks over in the news department. We thank them for staying up late with us. And again, Stephen Quinn is going to be right in here in a minute. We're going to find out if he can see any specific damage. So in fact, can we take Stephen's shot real quick? Stephen, if you can hear us, tell us kind of exactly where you are right now. And I think he's muted right now. So again, Stephen is, looks like he's coming into Clanton here. So again, in a matter of minutes, we'll be able to find out if we have any damage there. Let's go back to the radar. It's 11:11, and we're still watching a TDS, a tornado debris signature here that's not as intense as it was.
And that tornado warning been extended into Coosa County.
Right, so here's your new warning. So the Weather Service is going to pull the trigger on a new tornado warning for Coosa County. So this is including the town of Rockford. Again, this is US 31, Alabama 22, Alabama Highway 9 right here, US 280 right here, the town of Kellyton here. So again, for a pretty good chunk of Coosa County, we have a tornado warning in effect. And this warning for Coosa will be in effect until 11
midnight.
Okay, 12 midnight.
And also, we just got a report from Justin Gentry. He spoke to the Chilton County EMA director, Nick Bolton. And Nick Bolton right now is just saying just trees down, which I think is probably the best case scenario we could have got, what we were seeing with the
Right, that's what we've heard from the news department here. So that's
a
good thing. Hopefully we will get away with just trees down. And I know if trees come down in a house, that's not a good situation. Again, this is Stephen Quinn, who is
Gonna
in
go 4.5
Clanton.
miles.
Stephen, tell us exactly where you are, if you can hear us.
Well, we are right now, James, we are smack dab in downtown Clanton as we speak. We're working our way towards the Peach exit, as you had mentioned, in that area there to try to make sure. I know you had said that the EMA had said they have had no confirmed damage. We're going to work our way there. As you see, we're downtown, working our way to that exit in I-65, those heavily populated areas. I can tell you, you can clearly see we've had a lot of rain, heavy amounts of rain. We saw some localized flooding in some of the roads coming into town from the west, giving you a sense of where we were there on that side of this. But we are now currently working our way towards that exit just to make sure that there was nothing as it crossed I-65. Still some decent wind right now. You do see some people out as that rain is starting to pick back up as we get the back end of that storm right now as we're moving our way through. And if you bear with us, James, in I'd say about another 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to be down that way. And we'll be able to show you whether or not, in fact, there was any damage out there. But you are seeing just a few cars, but for the most part, pretty quiet out here. This is not something you want to be driving in unless you're properly trained to do it. It's rain's really picking up right now. But
Yes.
so far, I should add, James, we've seen no damage coming in on the westerly route. Now, we were not following the path of the tornado and the circulation, but so far nothing, and we'll holler at you as soon as we do. We should be over in that area in about 5 minutes.
All right, Stephen, thank you. We're going to go back to you in just a second. If we can take Wexo 5 real quick, Dennis, I wanted to show some of the damage in Plantersville. This is from this same parent storm that dropped a separate tornado in Plantersville, producing, you can see, a large tree down across that road. And I'm afraid we're going to see a lot of scenes like that in the path of this. So again, that is some of the damage at Plantersville. So if you're watching us, we are working a tornado warning now for Coosa County. This thing has come across Lake Mitchell, and now it's exclusively in Coosa County. So we can give an all clear to Chilton. So if you're in Chilton County, understand you've still got rain and thunder and lightning. I'm talking about all clear from this tornado danger. The tornado signature is clearly in Coosa County. It's coming across the lake right now. And again, that will be headed in the general direction of Rockford and Kellyton if it stays down. Let's look at the velocity product. And again, the velocity product is not overly impressive here. That's a very broad look. And quite frankly, that's not a tornado signature at this point. But this has proven to us that this can recycle and form another tornado. So again, just very broad rotation across Coosa County at this point. And we'll keep an eye on that. And again, sometimes we see that debris being lofted even after the tornado dissipates. It takes a while for that debris to come down. So again, I'm watching social media intently, and I'm seeing, I'm communicating with the Alabama State Trooper that is seeing no damage, and he's got the power still on. He's in the vicinity of the southern Clanton exit, the Peach Park exit. And we now got reports of damage in the Fairview community. And again, this is the Fairview in Chilton County, not Cullman County. About a mile and a half south of County Road 16, right off of County Road 37. County Road 37 runs from Highway 22 down to Billingsley. They're reporting structural damage, quoting here, the workshop is gone. So again, that is tornado damage in the Fairview community in Chilton County, just south of Fairview. And that has happened with this particular thunderstorm. And again, let's...
They still have power in Chilton County as they
let's take Stephen's shot if we can. Just take it full here. Again, right now, if you're in Coosa County, stay sheltered. If you're in the Polygon in Coosa County, please respect the Polygon and stay sheltered. But we want to take a look at the Chilton County situation. Again, this is Bill Castle and Stephen Quinn. They're coming right down Highway 31 down toward that exit where we saw the debris signature cross. And I got one report now from a state trooper that there was a tree down blocking a road just off US 31 in that general area. And again, all of the reports we've seen, except for that report of the workshop gone, the reports have been trees down. And that would be a... and if we can get away with no injuries, that's a win. Listen, that's our goal here. We can fix a house. You know, we can fix the damage, but we have to be sure that people are okay. And if we can come through these type events, with no serious injuries and no loss of life. That's a win for us. We can't stop the property damage, but it's good to see the power is on. And he's probably coming down by the school here in just a second, by Chilton County High School.
He's already passed it.
Okay.
KFC, Taco Bell, Starbucks.
Yeah, he's near the interstate then. Yeah, he's right there at the right at I-65. So.
Yeah, the Alabama Power Building's right there on the left. Durbin Farms is coming up. So yeah, it might have been something like you said, James. It could have been very light debris, like pine straw, bark lifted in the air.
From earlier back in the rural part of the county. So let's go to Quinn. Quinn, Stephen, if you can hear us, you're right at it. So tell us what you see.
Yep. I'm seeing nothing so far in terms of damage. You mentioned the high school. I was going to jump in and let you know we drove by the high school. It looked fine from what we could see. I'm looking to my right. You can't see it from the vantage point of our camera on I-65. We've just passed over it. Traffic appears to be moving right now, and obviously we are now on the east side of I-65, continuing on 31 South, and cars are out moving. Billy, did you see something? No? Okay. We're just continuing to look here, and as you see, you're seeing lights, but that is one good sign, right? The power is still on in a lot of these areas, and so we're just continuing to survey this area. I know you said back to our west we saw some damage in Fairview, but right now cars are out and everything in terms of power appears to be good. Now we're going to continue on this and survey this area, James, but so far I can't see, as you see, we may have a tree down here. That's fairly minor. Just see a branch here off to the side blocking a driveway. But so far in terms of major trees down or anything of that nature, nothing so far from where we are. You do see a little bit of leaves and stuff on the roads, letting you know, and I know you can't see it from our camera right now, but it gives you the sense of some of the wind profiles that we were dealing with. But so far, no major damage. Again, I'm hesitant to say that just one pass through. We're going to keep looking through this area. We're just now passing the EMA building, the state EMA building here, which is right off the interstate, the Alabama Emergency Management Agency. No damage over here as well. So we're going to continue you do see a lot of leaves in that out on the road. So we're going to continue to survey here, and obviously we're going to leave the shot up for you, James. But so far, I'm really not seeing much anything, which is certainly good news so far.
Yeah, I think probably once you clear that area, Stephen, what I would recommend is maybe going back down toward Fairview. To get to Fairview, go down 22, like going to Maplesville,
okay,
and then hang a left on 37. Yep. So far, so good. If you've gone past the Alabama EMA office, the EOC there, and we've not seen any damage, that's a good thing. John Oldshoe is also working the event. John reports over 1,100 folks are without power in Clanton and in Chilton County, but that's a fairly low number. If we had a major tornado, the number would be a lot higher than that. So far, again, most of the damage, it's involving trees down, although we've got some reports of structural damage down around the Fairview community and Pools Crossroads, which is in the area southwest of Clanton. So this is where we stand right now. Let's go back to that velocity display. This is Rockford right here, and we've got broad rotation north of Highway 22. And that broad rotation will be crossing US 31, most likely north of Rockford. This is not your classic tornado signature at this point. That's a broad circulation. I would not say that this is a tornado signature, but based on the cyclic nature of this, it could ramp up again. So again, if you're in Rockford or points north up toward 280 up here, I would stay sheltered. Respect the polygon. And the polygon does include Kellyton. This is US Highway 280 right here. This is Alabama Highway 9. So obviously the main north-south routes within this polygon are US 231 and Alabama Highway 9. Kellyton down to Equality. No travel on Highway 9. From Sylacauga down to right below Rockford. Same thing. I would not want to be traveling on those two roads. The worst possible place to be would be a car or, of course, a mobile home. We're getting reports of heavy tree damage in Verbena. And houses damaged. Stephen Quinn, if you're still hearing me, this is coming from the Alabama State Troopers. Homes damaged and heavy tree damage in Verbena along County Road 480. So I don't know exactly where you are in your
Okay.
journey, but that's,
I can't hear you, James.
yeah, that is closer to you than the Fairview damage. And again, this is all from the same tornado. So again, reports of heavy tree damage in Verbena along Chilton County Road 480, along with homes damage. So we'll probably get Stephen to go down to that particular spot and check that out. And again, as soon as he establishes the video there, we'll let you know. It is 11:23, and if you're just joining us here tonight, we're James Spann, Riley Blackwell here. We're covering a tornado warning situation. The tornado initially developed in extreme eastern Perry County, east of Marion, and it's cut across Chilton County, and it's been down, it's lifted, it's come back down again. And right now, we believe the tornado is lifted. This is a very broad rotation here. This is not a classic tornado signature here. And what the Weather Service will do, and I think that's the right thing to do, is just simply watch this because it has been cyclic. You don't want to just kill the warning and then it comes right back. And they're going to leave it up for a few more volume scans.
And James, we just got in my ear, County Road 37, just south of County Road 34, is currently blocked from trees in Chilton County.
Yeah, 37 runs from 22 down to Billingsley. It goes right by Sunshine Farms. I drive that road all the time, and I'm very familiar with that. And again, we've obviously got some damage. And let's see, Stephen, what do you have going on here?
Yeah, James, we stopped and made a quick little detour. This is literally right past the Alabama Emergency Management Agency building right here. This is on County Road 41. And this is just a sense of what you're dealing with. This is a tree blocking the road here. You see Clanton police are set up. This is also one of those areas I can tell you just literally, I'd say 200 to 300 yards past the Alabama Emergency Management Agency up on County Road 41. The houses here are without power. And as you can see, this is probably the reason why you have some trees down in this area right here as a result of this. And so that's what we're dealing with right now. Now, I know you had said Verbena, James, if you could repeat that one to me as well. I know we're going to kind of continue in making our way and surveying some more of the damage that we're seeing.
Yeah, we've got, by the way, John Oshie reports 1,800 power and over 2,000 power outages now. The numbers keep going up rapidly in Chilton County. And that damage in Verbena was along Chilton County Road 480 with homes damaged. So again, we don't know of any injuries. These are all initial reports coming in. So again, heavy tree damage in Verbena, Chilton County Road 480 with homes damaged. So we are now at 11:25 and the tornado is lifted in Coosa. Having said that, the polygon is still up. And as long as that polygon is up, we want people to respect that. No driving. We don't want anybody in a mobile home in a tornado warning polygon like this. Hopefully it's going to be canceled soon. And if the trend continues, that will be the case. But they're doing the right thing. They're going to watch several volume scans to see if this thing tightens up again. But the object here, no travel from Rockford to Sylacauga on US 231. No travel from Equality to Kellyton on Alabama Highway 9. And no travel on US Highway 280 between Sylacauga and Alexander City. That would be the preferred places where folks don't need to drive right now. So again, this is the only tornado warning in the whole state. We have no other warning of any type. This is it. But this storm has produced tornado damage in parts of northern Dallas County near Plantersville and in scattered pockets in parts of Chilton County, including places like Fairview, Pools Crossroads, then over to Verbena and just south of Clanton. The good thing, you saw Stephen Quinn and Bill Castle, they were right there along the interstate exit, I-65 at US 31, that Peach Park, Durbin Farms exit, and they reported no damage. Let's go back to Stephen's live stream if we can. And again, looks like, Stephen, tell us exactly where you are now.
Yeah. James, we're on the I-65 overpass. We were going to cut down to Verbena right now and continue and check out that damage. You said County Road 480 again, as I understand, is where you said that damage report is.
That's
I know
correct.
We wanted to check that out as well.
Yes,
okay.
That's correct.
Okay, so we're headed that way. So we're going to be kind of away from the damage. You're going to see us going on 65 South here for just a minute to work our way down there and hopefully bring that to you here shortly.
All right, thank you, Stephen. We appreciate that. Again, it's 11:27. This is James Spann with Riley Blackwell here in the studio. We have Stephen Quinn out in the field with Bill Castle. Very, very broad rotation is passing just north of Rockford in Coosa County. And because of the history of this storm and the fact that it's produced damage, the tornado warning remains in effect for Coosa County. And again, we're watching the CC product here, but again, I think that's more noise, but we'll see. You want to watch for the trends to see if the negative values increase with time. But again, just to get your bearing straight, Alexander City is right here. If by chance this cycles again and gets back down, this will most likely cross Highway 280 northwest of Alexander City up toward Kellyton. And then that would likely cut across the extreme northwestern part of Tallapoosa, possibly into southern Clay. So if you're in southern Clay, someplace like Mellow Valley, just be aware that you need to watch this. And again, we want to let's show a big picture really quick. Riley, want to show reflectivity, the DMA. So again, for Shelby County, all clear. St. Clair County, Etowah County will give you an all clear. Gadsden, Pell City, Calera, Centerville, Brent, Marion, anywhere north and west of that line, including Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Cullman, Aniana, it's over. The chance of severe storms has ended. The main concern for severe storms for the rest of tonight is going to be south of Interstate 20 and really east of I-65, where we've got this current tornado warning polygon right here. So I just wanted to show that big view. So again, there could be an isolated tornado south of Interstate 20, east of I-65. And that's our current situation right there with that tornado warning polygon for southern Coosa County. And again, Nathan Owen is the radar operator down at the Weather Service, and he's been watching this thing. On a couple of volume scans, the rotation tightens. A couple of volume scans, it just broadens up. But again, this is your spot right there where we've still got evidence of circulation. Not as tight as it was, but still it's clearly there that the storm itself is spinning like a top. And the circulation is crossing over Highway 231 right now, just north of Rockford. And again, we're watching a lot of the reports coming in. We've got a report of power flashes earlier looking north towards Clanton from the town of Enterprise in Chilton County. That was at 11:04. And again, that's a sign that the tornado was down. And again, just getting all the reports I'm seeing, it involves trees that are down. County Road 428 in Chilton County, report of a tornado crossing there, which is just south of Clanton. And tell you what, can you pop up WEX 05 real quick? This is going to be more tree damage, and we've got a lot of that. This is going to be the biggest issue. And of course, you know, we can cut up a tree and chop that sucker and get that thing off the road. You don't want structural damage. And again, so far, most of the reports have come from trees down like that. So again, we got Steve and Bill checking for any structural damage, and we'll go back to them in just a second. So let's go back to our radar, and we're watching potentially a tornadic circulation crossing just north of US 231. That's a pretty weak signature here for a tornado. There could be one there, but it's pretty weak. We've lost all the lowered CC here. That's all gone, so we have no debris being lofted. The rotation is broad, and hopefully this is the last one. We're almost done with this. This is almost over. But again, if you're in Tallapoosa, Clay, Chambers, Randolph, just still keep an eye on this. And again, back to the question of when can I go to bed? If you got that weather radio, you can go to bed. That thing's going to wake you up. They work amazingly well, and that's it's like a smoke alarm in your house for a tornado, and you really want one of those things. So that's why we want everybody to have a weather radio. And remember, the phones, the notifications can be muted because of the do not disturb mode or the sleep mode that kicks in at night sometimes. See more cancellations here for the tornado watch. And again, the Weather Service is simply canceling the watch for all the areas we just showed you here. In fact, let's look at that watch, Riley, real quick. We'll go to the tornado watch, and I wanted to show who's still in and who's still out. The tornado watch has been cleared for Calhoun, Talladega, Shelby, Chilton, and Perry. You're done with it, okay? So again, the severe weather risk has ended for Cherokee, Calhoun, Talladega, Shelby, Chilton, Perry, Marengo. You're done with it. If you want to go to bed, just go to bed. Or you can stay up all night, but it's not because of weather. And again, the one warning, we just have one. This has been a really good situation. We've not had much severe weather at all with this feature, but there's that one tornado warning in effect. This is Coosa County. This is about 55 miles southeast of downtown Birmingham. And if by chance that cycles again, that would affect northern Tallapoosa, possibly parts of southeastern Clay, parts of Randolph or Chambers County here, and that would be moving over into Georgia. And there is a tornado watch in effect for parts of Georgia, including Atlanta. So let's go back to our reflectivity. Let's leave that radar view. Just show the big view, if you will, Riley. And again, want to show folks that you are good if you are in Anniston, Gadsden, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Pelham, Alabaster, Inverness, Brent, Centerville, Marion. Clanton, the severe weather risk is over. I know it's still raining in Clanton, but your severe weather risk is ended. The concern, it's going to be east of I-65, south of Interstate 20 for about the next hour or so, and then it will be all over soon after that. So let's go back into our storm. And getting reports from Dallas County Emergency Management of multiple trees down in northern Dallas County with this storm up toward Plantersville, but no reports of structural damage, which is a good thing. And again, we've had many reports of trees down in northern Dallas County, so multiple trees down in Dallas County, but no reports of any structural damage. We have nothing showing up on the debris tracker except Ryder showing a little lowering here, but the velocity signature's over here now.
Yeah.
So again, that's just noise. We have no evidence of a tornado being down right now, and that is really, really, really broad. That is not a tornado signature. So this thing is lifted for now, and it's probably been off the ground for a while. That broad circulation is going to come out across Highway 280 around Kellyton. The town of Goodwater sits right here. But again, at the moment, I would imagine the Weather Service will not be extending the tornado warning. And that is certainly a very good thing. Again, watching all of these reports, reports of damage with minor structural damage on County Road 47 in Clanton across from a credit union there. And again, all the structural damage I've seen so far relatively minor. It's mostly related to trees.
It looks like I have Steven's live stream up over here on the big monitor. They just passed a traffic light, and I couldn't tell if that traffic light had power or not. But they are in the area. They should be getting near the damage area.
Are they going down to Fairview and Pools Crossroads? I think they're going down 37 down to, well, it looks like they're now in US 82. Stephen, where are you? We're trying to guess. You can tell us where you are. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. We are approaching Verbena. We came up on US 31 now. We are south of Verbena coming up, and I can tell you we just cut off around County Road 59 here in town, and that was where you saw, indeed, Riley was right. The power is out in this area right now and has been for the last couple miles. So this is south of Verbena, working our way northward. We're about to come through Verbena on 31. And as far as we can see right now, power is out in this area. So when you mentioned that number of outages, this appears to be one of those where we're seeing that. And James, we are headed over to County Road 480, where you had told us of that damage in the area near Verbena. So that's where we're headed right now. But more immediately, what would have wanted to pass along to you is this is one of those areas where you're seeing those power outages right now. And you see those flashing lights off in the distance. That appears to be one of the emergency crews that are out here surveying the damage right now, or at least headed to where it could possibly be. But where we are right now at the 3122 intersection, as you can see, the power is out. You do see a number of cars out here now as the rain and the storm has passed by, and the rain is here, but those winds are certainly not. But power is out, and we've seen that in a few areas. You can see some people with the lights on in their trailers where they are. So everyone's kind of coming out after hunkering down from whatever it was that has passed through this particular area. and we're working our way now to survey that damage. And once we get done, James, over in that area over there in Verbena, we're going to head over to Fairview. That's our plan for right now.
Okay, Stephen, thank you, and
But
thanks
just
for
wanted to
Bill.
show you this and hopefully get to that.
Thank you, and thanks for Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys. Again, we appreciate Bill and Stephen being out in this. So the good news, the circulation is still very ill-defined. There's no tornado down right now, which is a good thing. The tornado warning polygon is set to expire, you say at midnight, Riley, for this one?
Yep, midnight.
And again, they'll cancel this one earlier because, again, this will be out of the county sooner than that.
A bunch of noise.
Right. We're just not seeing anything here. There's nothing there. The tornado has been lifted. And again, that's a very broad circulation. The broad circulation about to come over on US 280, which is right here in Kellyton, and this will be crossing over into Tallapoosa County. And they'll expire the warning as soon as this broad rotation gets out of Coosa. But again, the good news is the fact that we've had no indication of a tornado here in the last 10 to 15 minutes in Coosa County. And I just don't expect the warning to be extended over into Tallapoosa at this point. Boy, that's a tiny polygon right there.
Yeah.
Tiny polygon. But that's the right thing to do. You want to, and listen, when you're out of the polygon, you're good. You are good. And hardly anybody is in it now. It's a very tiny polygon, basically affecting US 280. And again, Kellyton is right here. And that's US Highway 280. That's Alabama Highway 9 right here. So again, stay sheltered. If you're in Kellyton, I know it's not fun. Look at that, only one lightning strike here. Now the lightning output has gone down as well. So this is basically just a big batch of rain, and that's certainly a good thing.
You know, I drove through signatures like that earlier today, and I can still say it's pretty wicked driving through it. So definitely still don't play with it, even if the rotation's weakened up, because it's probably the broadest this storm has been since it got out of Dallas County.
And a lot of people are watching us, and again, everybody with the reports, we certainly thank that. Again, your pictures are our window to the world. We can't put cameras everywhere, and everybody's got a phone these days, and it is really hard working these things at night. So if you are just with us here, we're working a tornado warning, a very small one now for the extreme northeastern part of Coosa County. For very broad rotation. There is no tornado here, I'll tell you that right now. It's dissipated. That broad rotation is coming out over US 280. It will be in Tallapoosa County soon, and as soon as that happens, the Weather Service will cancel that warning for Coosa, and we will be without warnings. Could there be another one? Yes. Is it likely? No, not really. I honestly don't expect another one, but again, based on the circumstances, there could be another one if you're in Tallapoosa, extreme southern Clay, parts of Chambers or Randolph counties. Just be aware of that. Just watch, and we'll watch it together with you. But again, we're thankful that we just have not had that many problems in the state today. Most of the damage in northern Dallas County around Plantersville, then through scattered pockets of Chilton County, Pools Crossroads, Fairview, back over toward Verbena from a tornado. We were pretty concerned about some of the businesses along US 31 and I-65, that southernmost Clanton exit. But the good news, we really thank Stephen and Bill for being out there because we could see it through their camera. There was no damage at the intersection. Peach Park, Durbin Farms, the Walmart, everything there is fine, which is a good thing. And thankfully, conditions don't favor these violent, long-track, big tornadoes here. These are going to be small, short-lived tornadoes. Understand, they're all dangerous. But the good thing is the fact that we just don't have anything going on right now. That is a very broad circulation. So let's expand it out. DMA, reflectivity, and the risk of severe weather is over for Gadsden, Anniston, Center, Leesburg, Talladega, Sylacauga, Calera, Brent Centerville, Greensboro, Marion, Utah, Tuscaloosa, Jasper, Cullman. The bottom line is anywhere north and west of the back edge of this rain, you're done with a severe weather threat. Go to bed. We're done with it. The concern, it's for areas in extreme east and southeast Alabama. And again, the bigger storms are coming into Montgomery. There's no evidence of any severe weather near Montgomery. But let's go back to the storm, again, that has prompted the warning. An extreme eastern Coosa right here. We'll pop on the velocity display, and again, you're just not going to see anything. So at 11:42, that is certainly a good thing here. And let's see, we're getting some more images in. And tell you what here, Dennis, let's pop up Wexo 5 real quick. And this is what people are dealing with, these big trees that have been blown down. These particular trees are in Plantersville, which is in the extreme northern part of Dallas County. And obviously, we don't know how bad the damage is until the first light of day, coming up in about 6 hours or so. But again, this is what this storm has been doing, and there's no doubt we've had multiple tornado touchdowns. These are smaller tornadoes that were down for a while, but we saw the debris being lofted by the radar. And again, this is what folks are dealing with. So again, just be aware if you have to drive tonight in southern Chilton or extreme northern Dallas, understand you might have a tree down, especially if you're on a county road that's not traveled that often. And you don't want to come up on a tree that's down in the middle of the night, not knowing it's around the curve or on the other side of a hill. So be careful if you're driving. So let's go back to the radar here, 11:43. And we are working a tornado situation. And the Weather Service in Birmingham not planning a warning, as we talked about here.
The Chilton County Sheriff's Office is heading to Verbena right now, and the dispatch center in Chilton County receiving many calls about damage from the storm, and most of those calls seem to be originating south of exit 205.
And John Olshey reports over 2,000 without power, mainly within a couple of miles of Verbena. And also we have power outages most likely over toward Fairview and Pools Crossroads, over toward Sunshine Farms in that part of Chilton County. So we've got trees down, and I think that's going to be our biggest issue. It's trees down. And of course, the object is for a tree not to fall on your house. I have been there. It's not fun. And many of you have been there before. And hopefully we've not had that. And we've had some structural damage reported here, but I've seen no major structural damage so far. And again, these nighttime brief tornadoes are so hard to deal with. Goodness, these things, I've been dealing with them for a long time. But again, this is the first week in April, and I've talked about this a lot. Things happen. Let's go to Stephen Quinn's camera. And Stephen, I see some emergency vehicles. What you got?
Yeah, we are approaching County Road 408, James, which is that area that you'd see that damage report. The power is out here. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what we're coming up on right now, but obviously you see emergency crews are out here right now trying to go backward. Other thing I should add, we have seen some power flashes, which is indicative of lines that are arcing, and so you're running into that right now. And it appears that we got some emergency crews that are trying to navigate this area. This is kind of a narrow county road back here. That's why we're pulled over to the side to get out of the way. But this was one of those areas that we had seen some damage reports, and most of the power in this area, just in the immediate area near Verbena. Again, we are on County Road 480. We're not really that far from the interstate. We really kind of done a circle here. As you see, one of the fire trucks or ambulances, Bill Castle's over here now. We're kind of working to get a better sense of what we got, but you can see these emergency crews have been out here right now working to kind of get the handle on things. This is the Verbena Fire Department, as you see right here, that's been out surveying the damage here. We're gonna see if we can talk to them real quick. It appears they may have some people they've been helping give some rides to. So we're gonna come down here real quick and check and see some of this damage. I've heard some of the other reports you've seen. I reiterate one other thing we did see were some power lines that were arcing off in the distance. So that's clearly still an issue. That indicates we've got some live lines, and is what you may be able to see here. We're actually seeing a line right here down over the road. This one appears to be taken out though. So this would explain just one of the areas where you've seen some of that, some of the outages that have been associated with the trees down. Just mainly branches at this point. We're going to continue to work our way kind of closer towards the interstate, but obviously some damage here along County Road 480. And as you see right there, the fire department is out here right now surveying the damage and checking on people. We also have seen police and deputies that have been out here with flashlights, checking lines and that. So your first responders, if you are here in Chilton County, the lights are off and you're wondering what's going on, I can tell you that those crews are out here right now surveying the damage. Obviously, it's going to take some time, but this is what you're seeing right here.
All right, Stephen, thank you. Getting a report now that the tornado went over Cargill Creek at Lake Mitchell. Down County Road 476, power out, heavy winds and lightning. Same area that was hit so hard 3 years ago. So again, that's coming from Lake Mitchell. And that's just the kind of night it's been. It's been a tough night for our friends in Chilton. And again, thankfully, this thing is just totally gone. And it is out. So the tornado warning has now been canceled for Coosa. There is no tornado. We have no severe weather anywhere in the state. Let's kind of pan down a little bit, Riley, and kind of show what's happening down here for our friends that are watching on the digital side, the social side. Heavier storms through parts of Randolph, Chambers, Tallapoosa County, pouring here at Dadeville and on top of Lake Martin, especially the southern part of Lake Martin. Heavy rain through parts of Elmore and Watauga counties down toward Wetumpka and Prattville. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, and these things are loud, obnoxious, noisy. But there is zero evidence of a tornado anywhere in here. And I'd say the odds of an additional tornado are very low. Not zero, but low. And I don't think we have to come back on later tonight or in the morning. But as always, we'll be watching things carefully. You got gusty winds in through here, heavy rain. There could be some minor flooding issues here. But again, no evidence of any severe storms. No large hail, no damaging wind. No tornadoes, and that's a good thing. The storms will keep on pushing out of the state over the next couple of hours. And for those watching on the television side, it's basically over. I think we can safely now give, well, not quite yet. Again, that rotation is right in through here, that broad rotation. It's gone. There's no tornado there. But if you're in southern Clay, Mellow Valley, you still might want to kind of pay attention to this. Roanoke, same thing. So the severe weather risk is south of a line from near Wedowee, Ashland, Lineville, Kellyton, then down to Wetumpka and Prattville, south of that line. North of that line, you're done. There's no more severe weather. Cool, dry air is settling in here. But that's the good news, is the fact that we just don't see any major problems at this point. So before we go back, we're going to check a few other quick reports. And so far, Riley, all I'm seeing is down trees. Most everything, it's down trees.
Yeah, down trees. Same thing I'm seeing. I'm keeping it up with our Skywatcher chat as well, just to see if we get any trees down almost at the dead end. Dallas, Chilton County line, trees down. Well, really, that's just a very rural area, especially in southern Chilton County. Northern Watauga County is very, very rural. I think there's a lot of hunting land out there, so a lot of trees. And honestly, if we didn't have damage at the Walmart, Peach Park, Durbin Farms, or anywhere just off the interstate, what you were talking about, debris being lifted up in the air, and it could be very light. It takes a while for that debris to come down, especially if it's just like pine bark or tree bark or things like that. So radar beams still could have been hitting those.
Hey, Dennis, let's take WEX 05 real quick.
It could have been hitting those particles and just taking a while to come down, but it's still very good we didn't see major damage in Chilton County.
So you can see we got some property damage here. This is in the Fairview area, about 3 miles north of the Watauga County line. And obviously we got some structural damage here. And again, we won't know the extent of this until the first light of day in 6 hours or so. But again, this is from Clint Burnett, and he is in the Fairview community, and again, that's just north of the Watauga line. This is more damage. You can see lines down and debris that's been flying through there. And obviously, a tornado did touch down there. There's no doubt about that. We saw the debris being lofted on radar. So again, that is from Chilton County. And again, southern Chilton. This is southwest of Clanton. And again, a lot of trees down. By the way, this is the current power outage map from Alabama Power Company. The total now almost 5,000 customers are without service in Chilton and Elmore counties. Obviously, Chilton is the hardest hit. So, all right, back to the radar here. 11:52, we're coming up on the midnight hour. And we have no warnings, and we have no severe weather. And we're going to go back to programming in a couple of minutes. We're going to watch these carefully, but these are pushing out of the television market. into the Columbus, Georgia, Montgomery TV markets, and even for those of you in those markets, I just don't think we have a lot of problems for the rest of the night into the pre-dawn hours. Could there be an isolated tornado? Yes, but I'd say it's not especially likely. So again, no warnings in effect. And again, the tornado watch behind this line, it's all been cleared out. So let's go down to Stephen Quinn one more time. Stephen, last chance dance. Tell us where you are and what you got now.
We've done a large circle, James, and what we did is went around. What I can tell you from what we've seen in Verbena, having driven through that area, we're actually now back at the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency where we first joined you. The damage around Verbena really appears to be mainly trees and power lines that are down. We were able to navigate that area pretty easily. Despite that, you saw the Verbena Fire Department that was helping people out there. We are now about to approach the Peach Park exit again, and we're going to continue past that and make our way to Fairview. I've seen the pictures you posted of some of the damage there, and so we're going to go survey that. Hopefully everybody's okay, and we've seen no reports from the news department I can pass on of any injuries so far, and we're going to head down to that area now to hopefully confirm and reaffirm that that is in fact the case, because that picture you shared of the mobile home there certainly looks nasty.
Yeah, and again, thank you, Stephen, for being out there. Let's go back to WEX 05 real quick. And again, this is damage in the Fairview community. This is north of Billingsley, south of Alabama Highway 22. It's right around County Road 37. That's the road that runs from 22 down to Billingsley. And again, we've heard of no injuries tonight, but again, the night is still young. We won't know really until the first light of day tomorrow morning. And again, all of this is in southern Chilton County, and that's where the problems have been tonight. So we are now 6 minutes away from midnight. We have no warnings. I really don't expect any more. Could there be one? Yes, but we don't expect any more. The tornado watch will be cleared once this line of storms passes. And again, it's pushing out of the television market. So we're going to go back to regular programming. Riley, thanks for staying late. He'll be in tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm going to Ewan for a very special remembrance service. 50 years ago tomorrow, 50 years ago, the tremendous generational tornado outbreak of April 3rd, 1974. I was a high school senior with my ham radio gear. They gave me 3 days off, and I saw things that I thought the world was ending. Ewan was just wiped out by an F5, and I think that's the most violent tornado I've seen in my lifetime, and I'm old as dirt. And they're having a remembrance ceremony for the 23 that died in Ewan. 86 Alabamians died that night, but that's a very special night, and Riley's going to fill in tomorrow night.